Hi, I'm Joy, a missionary on staff with Calvary Chapel, Rosarito, and I want to welcome you to today's good news. So I don't know if you can recognize what this is, but this is a friendship necklace, and I took this from one of my kids. Friends are important to us. Friends are special. And, maybe when you were growing up, you gave your friend a necklace like that, or maybe a special friendship bracelet. Or maybe you guys had this special handshake that only you guys had that was secret. But we do these things because friends are people who are special to us. Friends are people who we have a greater love for. And I want you to read with me now John chapter 15, verses 14 and 15. It says, "You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends. For everything that I learned from my Father, I have made known to you." So, the history of this passage is that Jesus is sharing with his disciples, and he's sharing with them about his love for them, and he's sharing with them the steps and the things that are coming in order for salvation and for redemption to happen. And not only that, but he's also beginning to prepare the disciples for what's going to be happening after he is his crucifixion, what's going to be happening to them, the ways that they're going to be persecuted, and that they're going to face different struggles and trials. And specifically in this verse, he talks about them moving from the point where they're just being servants and they're only obeying somewhat out of obligation, or just out of because that's what he told them to do. And instead, they're moving from that to this point of love. And it's this mutual love that brings this change in the relationship, because Jesus had already been loving them, but they're getting to the point now that their love for him is being seen, and it's being seen as they are obeying his commandments. Just as Jesus in this passage ahead of here was showing that his love for God is being shown in how he's fulfilling what God has asked of him. And specifically, he actually even talks about the fact that he is going to lay down his life for his friends. And these are his friends that he's talking about. And not only is he talking about his disciples here, but he's also talking about us, that he's laying down his life for us. Now, God is our greatest friend. He knows all about us. But as we obey him, we learn more and more of him, and we draw near to him. And in fact, in Psalm 139, verse 2, it tells us that he knows when we sit down and when we rise up. He understands our thoughts from afar. Now, one time I was going through a personal struggle, and I was at that point where I was just like so burdened and so upset, and, wondering which one of my friends should I go to? Which one of my friends should I share with them? What's going on in my life? Who can I go to and get some wisdom and for what I should do in this situation? Who's going to give me empathy for the trial that I'm going through in this situation? And I realized at that point that it's not a person that I needed to go to as my friend, but that it is God. God is the person who I needed to go to. He is that friend who will be there for me. He is the friend who is going to listen to me, who is going to care about me and my struggle and my issues. He's the friend who knows what is going on in my heart and in my soul. And he is the friend that I needed to come to and that I needed to cry out to. And maybe you are in that place today. You're in that place where your heart is broken. You're in that place where you're dealing with a trial that you don't know what to do or where to go or how to deal with it. And I want to encourage you today to go to Jesus with that. He is a friend who cares about you deeply. He is a friend who will be there for you. Cry out to him today and give him your trials, give him your struggles, and cast them upon him. And friends, that is today's good news.